limit that awareness. So let's get even more physical with it and begin including the nature that is just outside. Now, just for fun, when I do this, when I consciously do it, I mean, for often it just happens, but when I do this, I also expand down into the dirt, the land beneath my feet under the floor. Then, of course, why not also expand out and up above, where the wilderness wings take their flight, up in the sky. Now, actually, I like to make it rather a sphere of awareness, but you do your thing any way that you feel inclined to go with it. Include the whole earth if you want, you take wing. Let's just begin to include Mother Earth in our awareness of self. It's about time, wouldn't you say? It will also help you disidentify from just being that body there. So limited and cramped a set of quarters for a being so great as you. It's a real relief, I can report to you. It feels so wonderful just to expand up, out, and away like this, to really stretch the space that my consciousness occupies. It feels really great, and it feels airy and light and fresh and everything that's wonderful. Now, something else we'll be finding, and almost immediately for those centered in heart, is that the creatures and nature respond. They're aware much more than we are in many ways. They feel our presence expand out into their space. When we come at them this way from the heart, they are pleasantly surprised. So let's be sure to be aware of and acknowledge that this life we're expanding out into is quite sentient on its own, quite aware of itself, its surroundings, and now us. Okay, I learned a new thing today, and it surprised me quite a bit. You know how those spider-looking things they call daddy long legs? You know what I mean? I don't know the real label for them, but most people will know what I mean. They're like a little bitty fat almond-shaped thing, their body with 8 very long legs. And we have quite a few of them in Arkansas. They're pretty much everywhere. Well, until today, I didn't know they could bite. It felt a bit like an ant bite on my bare foot, so I reached down to shoo the little critter off and was surprised to find the daddy longlegs there. Now, he shooed off willingly, easily. Then he turned around, though, and he came back. Well, I like all creatures. So, as I watched him make his way up my bare leg, I was hoping, actually, I even told him so, if you please, that he please wouldn't take another bite. Now, please don't develop a fear of these things. It was more of a tickle than a bite. The little black ants that bite here hardly even cause a sensation at all. Their bite is so minimal. And it was like that. And it wouldn't have hurt at all, except that he chose a tender spot right between my toes. So, anyway, I was eating a plate of apples and oranges as he climbed, and I wondered what the spiders ate. I'd never seen one eating. So I grabbed an apple core and held it out to him there on my leg. Oh my God, the little guy went right for it, and he didn't lift his head for a good little while either. So who'd have thunk it, Granddaddy Longlegs eating apples. Okay, I just lost my place. Uh, and you should have seen him. At one point, he lifted two legs, one on either side, and on one of them, it looked like he was curling his toes in delight. I kid you not, it was cute. I had such fun with this. So at some point, I put him and the apple core on the ground gently and trying to keep Kismet away from either stepping on or eating him or the apple. That was cute. And it was funny, too. Then along came another one, another Daddy Longlegs ambling across the grass. Well, I held out another apple core to him, but he scooted away. So I moved the core back in front of him and he went the other way. After 3 times, he just skittered off and I left him alone. This one was having no part of such things just appearing in front of him. So he scooted off, but not too far off. Pretty soon he too came back to check things out again. And so before long I had 2 of them dining on fresh apple core. It was great. Sorry for going on and on like that. I'm not sure it has much spiritual merit, but I had such innocent fun with them. We've got all nature to explore with our love this way. My God, what a paradise we have right before us as we open our eyes in new ways to things. Oh, what bliss. So, somehow that little guy let me know he was really happy with what I was doing, that first one. I can't explain it, but that spider communicated in some way with my heart. And all life will do this if we're just properly placed in our awareness, open and ready to receive. Most of us are so body-centric, we're not aware of our surroundings this way at all. That, plus most of us don't even realize or acknowledge that all of life is sentient. This wall behind me here is aware of itself, is aware of my touch. Everything is. Everything is conscious in its own way. Yes, those ways are very different. They're not the human brand of consciousness. Well, so what? Besides, wouldn't that be a bit boring, don't you think? This way is much more fun. So, I'm inviting everyone to spread out, to spread your wings, so to speak. Let's all expand out into that nature that's just beyond our walls, roofs, and floors. Let's expand more out into the one that all are, right wherever our body is. Remember, I am that can be said by you of everything in existence. All is the one. Those, then, are just other manifestations of the broader you that you already are. This isn't difficult, not one bit. You're already there, you see? And it really does help to know you already are that. That's that subtle thing I was talking about with the YouTube commenter. You know, we put the blinders on and we're not aware that we've done it, and things simply don't come up. And we don't realize how we've limited ourselves. So, out there, that's a part of your body too. You're just not used to feeling it. I'm not so used to it either. Let's call it a body upgrade. The first one of many oncoming, I'm sure. We're all expanding out into the all, and this is best done from the heart, remember. I don't know any other way. Well, I do. That would be through the mind, and you'd be kidding yourself. Mind will invent things for you, really wild things it will pretend, if you let it, if you listen. So be sure to center in heart before you center in nature for best results. Results, my eye. You already are this stuff. It's nothing you have to wait for. That's how and why you can do this so successfully. So just know that you can, that you are, and you're really quite wonderful. So enjoy expanding out into the greater you. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in heart.